Hi and welcome to morning stretching. In between the exercises, I'm going to read something about synovial joints and try to learn it. Participating in the exercises is at your own risk. So let's start with the first exercise. The toes are pointing to the outsides. We're having the legs standing wide apart and we are breathing in and out. And again in and out. Again in and out. Again in, out, and last round in, out, in, out, and now breathe in and close the legs. And we have done the opening exercise. Now we always breathe in through the nose into the chest and out through the mouth. So breathe in through the nose into the chest and out through the mouth. Now to the synovial joints. Synovial joints have something to do with the human body. So these synovial joints are part of the human body and have something to do with the human body. In the human body are bones and something called cartilage. So there are bones in the human body and cartilage, something called cartilage. These bones and that cartilage seem to be joined at some points in the human body. So at some points, one bone and another bone are joined. The next exercise. The legs are standing a bit more than shoulder wide apart. We are breathing in and bringing the arms up. And we are breathing out and going to the side. And we are breathing in and opening the rib cage. So breathe in and out. And again in and out back into the middle. And breathe in and out to the other side. And breathe in and open the rib cage. And out. And again in and out back into the middle. So synovial joints are in the human body, and in the human body there are bones and also cartilage, and these bones are at some places joined. At the points where bone or cartilage join is a joint capsule. So when these two bones join, then there is a joint capsule. The joint capsule at the point where some bone or some cartilage join has the state of being so-called fibrous. So this joint capsule is fibrous. It is a fibrous joint capsule. The state of the joint capsule is fibrous. The capsule which is at the point where two bones join. And the bones have something called periosteum. So at the bone there is something called the periosteum. Next exercise, we're having the legs standing again a bit more than shoulder wide apart. We are breathing in and out, and one hand slides down the leg and the other shoulder stays down. And breathe in and out, and we're taking the arm over. And breathe in and out. And again in and out back into the middle. And out to the other side, so breathe in and out, and the other hand slides down the leg and the shoulder stays. And we're breathing in and out, and we're taking the arm over. And breathe in and open the rib cage and out. And again in and out back into the middle. So in the human body are bones, and at some points these bones join, and at the point where two bones join, there can be a joint capsule which has the state of being fibrous, and the bones have something called periosteum. The fibrous joint capsule joins some bone or some cartilage, and then does the fibrous joint capsule continue with the periosteum. So the joint capsule is not just directly at the point where these two bones join, but it continues to the periosteum of the bone, which which is at the surface of the bone. So it continues a bit further than just the point of contact. The synovial joint unites two bones. So the synovial joint unites two bones. They are separate and then they are united. A synovial joint, at some point in the human body, two individual bones seem to be united, but this union is not stiff. Even though two bones are connected, they can still move. A synovial joint seems to be something to connect two bones in a way that they are connected but still mobile. So bone is stiff, almost stiff. It's a bit mobile, but it's pretty stiff. And two bones are individual, and at some points they are joined. And there is the fibrous joint capsule, but the whole thing is the synovial joint. And they are joined, but they are together. But we are not stiff, but mobile. The next exercise, we are having the feet standing together. We are breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out and one hand comes down. And we're breathing in and reaching to both ends. So breathe in. And out. And breathe again in. And out, one hand comes down. And breathe in and reach. And out. And we're going to do it for another second. So breathe in. And out. And breathe in and reach. And out. And breathe again in. And out. And breathe in and reach. And out. The joint capsule has on the outer layer fibrous membrane, and on the inner layer the synovial membrane. In the inner layer of the synovial membrane is the synovial fluid. The outer membrane is made of fibrous membrane. So this joint capsule is a fibrous joint capsule joining two bones to connect them, but which are still movable. And on the outer layer, this joint capsule has a fibrous membrane, and on the inner layer has it synovial membrane, and inside of a synovial membrane there is synovial fluid. There are different types of joints in the human body, but the synovial joint is the most common. So there are different types of joints, which seems to be things which connect two bones. But the synovial joint is the most common. The synovial joint seems to be the whole thing of a joint capsule. Let's go to the next exercise. Rest my voice. And the legs are standing wide apart, and we're breathing in. And out, and we're going down. And breathe in. And out. And again in. And out. And again in. And out, we're down to one leg. And breathe in. And out. And again in. And out, we're changing to the other leg. And breathe in. And out. And again in. And out, back into the middle. And breathe in. And out, we're coming slowly up with a round back and making at the top a backwards shoulder roll. Now to longer part. The synovial joint seems to be the whole thing of a joint capsule connecting two bones or two cartilages, with the joint capsule at the point of contact of the two bones or of the two cartilages, and which continues out of the periosteum of the bone. The joint capsule is on the outer layer made of fibrous membrane, and on the inner layer out of something called synovial membrane, and on the inner layer out of something called synovial fluid. The joint capsule joins the two bones or two cartilages in a way that they are connected, but not to the point that the connection is stiff, but that it is movable. Okay, there are two individual bones and they are connected, they have a point of contact, and there is the whole thing is the synovial joint, and the synovial joint is a fibrous capsule, which in the outer layer is made of fibrous membrane, and the inner layer is synovial membrane, and inside of the inner layer the synovial membrane is synovial fluid, and they are connecting two bones. They are stiff, so they are together, but not stiff and movable. There are different types of synovial joints. Some allow more mobility than others. Some allow only gliding or sliding, others movements in only one direction, whereas others can let the bones move in basically all directions. They go forward, backwards, or sideways, but with all in a way that the two bones are still connected. So all synovial joints have in common that they are connect something and they are connected two bones or two cartilages. And some are almost stiff, others can move in one direction, and others can move in all directions. Next exercise, we have the feet standing together, we're breathing in, and out we're going down. And breathe in, and out. And again in, and out. And again in, and out. And again in. And out, we're coming slowly up of a round back and making the top a backwards shoulder roll. Examples of synovial joints are the elbows, the knees, the shoulders, the hips, or the carpal bones of the wrist. So the elbows, the knees, the shoulders, the hips, and the carpal bones of the wrist. So this is a synovial joint. Then this is a synovial joint. This is a synovial joint. This is a synovial joint, and this is a synovial joint. Next exercise. We're having the toes pointing to the outside, and there's an ulnar length space between our heels. So breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we are breathing out, and we're going down and placing the elbows against the inside of the knees. And we're breathing in and straighten up the back. So breathe in. And out, we're coming to the back up. And breathing in. And out. And breathe in and straighten the back. And out, we go the back up. And breathing in. And out. And we're going to breathe in now. And the next time we're going to breathe out, we're coming up slowly in one straight line. So breathe in. And out. We're coming slowly. And out to the last exercise, the seahorse part. We're having one standing leg and we're placing the heel of a mobile leg above the knee of a standing leg. Those only if you can do it without injuring your knee. We're breathing in and out, and we're going down. So a synovial joint is the name of a whole thing of a joint capsula which joins, which is at the point where two bones or two cartilages have contact, and it is there. And on the outer layer, on the outer membrane, that is fibrous membrane. It is a fibrous joint capsule, and we're switching to the other side. And on the inner layer, it has the synovial membrane, and inside of the synovial membrane, there is synovial fluid. And this joint capsule is not only directly at the point of contact, but it also continues to the periosteum. And there are different types of synovial joints, but the synovial joint is the most common type. And on the last exercise, we're breathing in and out. And again in and out. And in, we're closing the legs. And we're done with the morning stretching. It's the most common type. And some are pretty stiff, whereas others are mobile in one direction, and some are mobile in all directions. And examples are the elbows in one direction, more or less. The knees, more or less in one direction. The hips, they're a bit more mobile. And the shoulders, they are very mobile in all directions, and the carpal bones, which are pretty stiff. So the well, it's more complex than the carpal bounce. We're not really stiff. So I don't have time. Thank you very much, and until next time.